In this video, we'll be taking a look at General Grievous for the Black Series 6-inch line. So this is an action figure. While I like it, it definitely needs a lot of improvement. It's very fragile. It's very underscaled. The weathering looks really nice on it. I will say that, and I'm glad that Hasbro actually included a cape with him. But there are a lot of flaws about it, and his stance is kind of awkward, and oftentimes he falls over, and I have to have him propped up against either another figure or on a wall or something just to keep him stable. I'm surprised he's managed to stand this long, actually, but so far he's been in this position for a couple days, and he's held upright just fine. But it's, I think if I recall correctly, this was kind of one of the first deluxe action figures that Hasbro made. It might be the very first one. He was released, I think, maybe 3 or 4 years ago at this point, and I've had him for a few years. I didn't get him initially because, at the time he was $29.99, and this was when Black Series action figures were normally $19.99, and most people gawked at the price at that time, but now it seems like Hasbro's conditioned us that $29.99 for an action figure is no big deal. Even a lot of the TVC action figures are going way above that now. So it's very interesting to follow the trend as to how prices for action figures have gone over the last several years. It's unfortunate. I think it's going to kill the market eventually, but that's a whole nother discussion for another time. Today's about General Grievous. So it's nice to get another Grievous on the channel. I do have the Legacy Collection one reviewed. At some point I'll get around to the TVC one, which there's really not much more I can say about that one from the Legacy Collection figure. But this Black Series one is nice for what it is. I do think Hasbro needs to revisit it, but who knows if that will ever happen, so we might have to just be okay with this one. So I don't have the packaging to show you. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was one of the first deluxe action figures, and this was during the red and black packaging. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the figure. And I think he was labeled as like D1 or something like that. So like I said, the weathering is very phenomenal on this, and I think for the head sculpt here they did a really nice job. Definitely looks like General Grievous. Definitely tell he's seen some battle, and even throughout his body here he has a lot of weathering. And it's nice that Hasbro actually included his cape with him, because that is one accessory that Hasbro often neglects on with General Grievous is the cape. But one thing about the cape, though, that's kind of unfortunate, is they just left it totally blank on the back. While here on the TVC Grievous, they actually sculpted his home planet symbol on it. So kind of lazy on their part. So he's a pretty scrawny action figure, I would say. When we think of General Grievous, we think of someone that's really intimidating and really robust. He might even stand 8 inches if Grievous is true to scale to what he is. But that doesn't seem to be the case with this action figure. As you can see, he's not even a whole lot taller from the 3 3/4 inch scale one. Maybe an extra 2 inches, that is. And you can't really get him to stand up straight, as you can see with his legs here. And unfortunately, that's kind of a flaw in the articulation. So speaking of articulation, we'll just go ahead and dive into that. He does have a really good range in the head there. I mean, look at that neck articulation. has it at both the base of his neck and at the head as well. And in fact, we'll just go ahead and take this cape off for a second. Let's see here. I've actually never taken Grievous's cape off. First time I've done it. And then he does have hinge at his shoulders. And each arm is on their own hinge. So they are totally independent of one another. And all four arms can operate on their own. He does have, let's see here, swivel biceps right here at the edge of his armor. He does have a swivel elbow, or a hinged elbow, I should say. Very fragile though, as you can see that hinge is really small. So just be careful if you're messing with this. Then he does have a swivel forearms there, which is nice. Nothing on the wrist. Just perfectly fine. He does have a joint at the torso there. Not too bad of range. And he does have hinged hips. And double hinge at the knee. And even with the double hinge at the knee here, sure you can get the knee to be straight, but for his does have a hinge at his ankle, or at the edge of his ankle that is, and then he has a articulated foot as well. But that's the most you can get it down. So if you had Grievous standing up with his legs straight, he's going to be standing at an angle like this, which I guess that can be seen as like Grievous lunging in the battle, but there's no way you're going to be able to get him to stand being like that. And unfortunately he does not have any holes in his feet to where you can put a stand on him, so you're kind of stuck just having his legs bent at a weird angle just to get him to stand. Might be about the best you can do is right there, but it doesn't feel very stable. For weapons and accessories, he comes with a lot of them. I suppose that's why this was the first deluxe action figure. So he does have 4 lightsabers. Now I only have the 3 here. And here's the extra hilt, and he does have an extra green blade, I'm pretty sure, which is mixed in with the rest of the accessories somewhere. And of course on his cape here, if you wanted Grievous not in battle of any way, you could put all 4 of his hilts in the pouches here, which is nice that they did that. Even the TBC one did that as well, so I'm glad Hasbro did that. And the hilts all do look pretty nice. They are all unique as far as I know. I don't think any other Jedi have carried those, and they do have a nice golden color around the hilt. Nice green blade and nice blue blades. Then he also has his typical droid blaster, which is very nice. And it fits well around his hand. Let me see if I can find that green blade real quick. Yeah, here it is right here. And that's what it looks like together. Very nice detailing in those lightsaber hilts. In fact, that might be some of the best I've seen for a Black Series action figure. So that is one really neat thing going for Grievous. Speaking of accessories here, I wonder if some of these Black Series stands that Hasbro has made would work for Grievous's foot here. Maybe you can do something like that. It's not perfect, but maybe it would help him a little bit if you need some help standing up your General Grievous. Let's see here. Go ahead and put this cape back on. Something like that for him. Let's see what this TVC figure here. Ugh. That's probably about the best I'm going to get him to stand. Let's see if I can have him rotate around here. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can tell you about General Grievous here for the Black Series line. Would I recommend him for your collection? Hard to say, to be honest. I think it's just kind of your personal preference. Definitely Grievous needs a lot more work. It would be nice to have him be restarted from the ground up. Whether or not that will happen at this point, who knows? We are getting a new Grievous here really soon that's battle damaged, but I'm pretty sure it's just reutilizing the same exact tooling. Whether or not Hasbro goes out of their way to make a new Grievous remains to be seen. If they do, I would not be surprised if it ends up being like $40 for it, because I'm sure they'll say it's an ultra deluxe for the amount of tooling that goes involved with it, and to make it true to scale. Plus, Grievous isn't a character that you can really reutilize any of his parts for. So, if you really want a Black Series General Grievous for your collection, I would say yes, this one is sufficient enough. But it would be nice if Hasbro would restart from the ground up and make a new one. And even if they did, I would still keep this one. It's nice for what it is. I'm glad we at least have a Black Series General Grievous out there. But anyways, I think that's all I can say about this action figure. I hope you enjoyed it, watching this video. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will be lots more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate your support. And check out some of the links in the description as well. And thanks for watching.